Okay, we're looking at how to calculate the hardness of water. So from the YouTube we saw that the hardness of water can be determined from a titration method. You used a complex called EDTA. This is the structure. You do not have to remember the structure. You simply need to know that you can write it in short form as EDTA. Its overall charge is 4 minus, and the hardness of water is due to the calcium. So we are actually titrating the EDTA with the calcium to give you a complex called calcium EDTA. Now from a titration we could get the results. The volume used in the burette to titrate is 19.3 milliliters. Say that's the volume. The concentration used is 0.01 moles per liter. The aim of it is to calculate the concentration of calcium ions in the sample of water. And you want to work it out in parts per million. So looking at the equation, you can tell that 1 mole reacts with 1 mole of calcium. Since we're given the volume and the concentration of EDTA, we can calculate the moles of EDTA. And that is concentration times volume, which is 0.010 times the volume. And you have to change it to liters. This gives you an answer of moles. Now, the concentration of calcium can now be determined if we know that the moles of EDTA is equal to the moles of calcium. So this is also the moles of calcium in the sample of water. In the titration in the YouTube, you use 25 ml sample of water. To calculate the ppm, we need to know that 1 milligrams per liter is the same as 1 parts per million. So since we know the unit is milligrams, which is the mass in 1 liter, so we have to change moles to mass. The molar mass of calcium is, from our periodic table, 40.08. To simply change the moles to mass, so the mass of calcium is 1.93 times by the molar mass, which gives you this answer. This is the mass of calcium in terms of grams, but the parts per million is milligrams in 1 liter. The sample of water, say the sample of water that we used in our titration is 25 mils. This is the mass of calcium in our 25 ml sample of water. So to calculate the number of milligrams in 1 liter, we first convert this to 1 liter. In terms of liter, it's 0.025 liters. So in 1 liter, the mass of calcium in 1 liter is therefore taking the mass divide by the volume. And the answer gives you grams in 1 liter. Because parts per million is milligrams per liter, we have to change this to milligrams. And knowing that 1,000 milligrams is 1 liter, so to change this to milligram per liter is simply multiply that by 1,000, which is which is 309 parts per million. As we can tell that, okay, sorry, this is 3 significant figures, so the answer is 3 significant figures. So in this sample of water, we have 309 parts per million. This is how you calculate the concentration of calcium in water in parts per million.